Good afternoon, girls. How are you all? I hope that you are all fine. Today we will start with lesson 12. So please bring your books and open it on page 131. Girls, we will start now after 1 minute. So please bring your books and open it on page 131. Today we will start with lesson 12. How can you represent or how can you solve multi-step problems using equations? So today we will solve problems together and we will learn how to solve the problems step by step. So let's start together. If you can't hear me clearly, please type 1 in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sama. Thank you, Lana. Thank you, Zain. Okay. Noura, you can't hear me? Noura Ali. Kenzie, you type 2. You can't hear me clearly? Okay, girls, now we will start our lesson. If you have any question, you can contact me on the chat. So today we will solve together problems. I want you to focus with me. Problems very important for you, and we will learn how do we solve the problems by using equations. So let's start. First thing, I have to read the problem. When I want to solve any problem, I have to read the problem first to understand it very well. Okay, I have to think about the problem and I have to understand each word. So let's start now with the first problem on page 131. Let's start. Now, Chris Mary's computer has 3 hard drives. Okay? You know the hard drives? The hard drives, you can find it in the computers. Okay? So 3 hard drives with 64 gigabytes of space each. Okay, so each hard drives, the space on this hard drives is 64 gigabytes. Okay, the gigabytes is the unit that I can use it to represent the space on the computer. So when I said space on the computer, you know, we use the unit gigabytes. Okay, hi girls. Okay, hi Kinda. So I have in this computer, the name of this computer, Chris Mary's computer, has 3 hard drives with 64 gigabytes of space each. That's mean each hard drives, the space on it 64 each hard drive. Okay, from those 3. Now let's continue. And 2 hard drives with 16 gigabytes of space each. Also, there is 2 kind of hard drives here in this computer. The first one, hi Bisan. The first hard drive, the space of this hard equals 64 gigabytes. The second one, kind 2, I have here hard drives. The space of each one equals 16 gigabytes. The files on the computer use 68 gigabytes of space. So I have files on my computer and I want to save it on this space, and those files need 78 gigabytes. How much hard drive space does here computer have left? So here I want to know the space on my computer, or on this computer, the space according to the hard drives that into this computer, and the space that I will use it to save this files, or those files in this computer. So here I need 78 gigabytes to save those files. Let's remember, or let's learn together how I will find the space left in the computer after saving those 78 gigabytes. Okay, first step, I will read for you the step, then we will understand the multiplication here, then we will find the answer. Okay, let's read together. This is in your I think in your book. Find how much hard drive space is on 3 hard drives. So first step, I want to know those 3 hard drives, the space for those hard drives. I know that each one of those, the space equals 64 in each one. In each hard drives I have 64 gigabytes. So if I have 3 hard drives, what is the space here? That's mean each one, look, this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one. I have 3 hard drives. So if I want to know the space for those 3, what I have to do? I have to multiply 3, the number of hard drives, with the space of each one. I have to multiply the number of hard drives with the space of each one. That's mean I have to multiply 3 with 64, and that is the amount n. M here is the total space for those 3 hard drives. So n right here is the total space for 3 hard drives. If I want to find n here, I have to multiply 64 with 3. And we learn how to multiply 2-digit number with 1-digit number. How I will do that? We know that from regrouping. So first thing, I will multiply 3 with the 1's digit. 3 multiply 4. 3 multiply 4 equals 12, right? Can I write 12 right here? No. So I have to put the 2 under the 1's, and I will take the 1 and put it up over the 10's. Okay? Now 3 multiply 6 equals what? 3 multiply 6 equals 18. I have 1 over this 10's. That's mean I have to add 1 to the 18. It will be 19. So I will put 19 here. So the answer will be 192. 192. Thank you, girls. Thank you, Kinda. Thank you, Zain. So I have on those 3 hard drives 192 gigabytes. Okay? 192 gigabytes. Now I want to know the number or the space for those 2 hard drives. So I have 2 kinds of hard drives. The first kind is 3 hard drives. This is the first kind, okay? The first kind, 3 hard drives. Each one, the space for each one equals 64. So that's mean the space for 3, I have to multiply the number of hard drives with the space of each one. Also, 2 hard drives with 16 gigabytes. That's mean I have kind 2 of hard drives. This is kind 2. Kind 2 told me that each one of hard drives here. Look, I have kind 2, and we name this kind here B. Okay, this is kind 2. In each hard drive in this kind, the space equals 16 gigabytes. So if I want to know the space for this kind, the total space for kind B, it will be what? Also, I have to multiply the number of hard drives with what? With the space of each one. That's mean I have to multiply 2 with 16. Okay? Because 16 here, add 16 to 16, that's mean you have to multiply 16 with 2. If I multiply here 16 with 2, it will be what? I have to multiply it as we learned in regrouping. So first thing, I will multiply here 16 with, or 2 with 6. 2 multiply 6 equals what? 2 multiply 6 equals 12. So can I write 12 here in the ones digit? No. I have to put this 2 under the ones and take the 1 and put it up over the tens. Now I will multiply 2 with 1. 2 multiply 1's digit. Tens digit. 2 multiply 1 equals 12. Equals 2, I'm sorry. I have 1 up over the tens. That's mean 2 plus 1 equals 3. So the answer is what? The answer is 32 for this multiplication. That's mean the space for these 2 hard drives equals what? Equals 32 gigabytes. Until till this step, girls, you understand it very well, or you have any question? If you have any question, please type it in the chat. Okay, I will repeat those steps, okay? Because I will not return, girls. If you have a question now, ask me. I will not return after 5 minutes to this problem. Okay, so let's repeat step 1 and step 2 together. First thing, I have 2 kinds of hard drives. Okay, I have here 2 kinds of hard drives. Hard drives, something or a piece you put it in the computer, inside the computer. You can use it to save your files. You know, you have files on the computer, so I want to save it. If I want to save it, I want something or some space to save it. This steps we call it hard drives. Okay, hard. Okay, in this hard I have kind of the hards. Okay, kind, like the computer, you have Lenovo, you have HP. You know that you have kinds of computers. So also the hards inside the computer have kinds. Okay, so I have here 2 kinds of hard drives according to their space. So here I have the first one. This kind of hard drives, the space of each hard, okay, equals 64 gigabytes. Gigabytes is the unit to the space in computer. Okay, the unit that I will use it for the space in the computer. So each hard drive, the space of each 64 gigabytes. I have three hard drives. If I want to know the total space for this hard drives, the total number of space, so what I have to do, look, each one, I have 3. This is 1, this is 2, this is the 3. Each one, the space equals 64 for each one. This 1, this 2, this 3. If I want to find the total, we name this kind M. The name of this kind of hard drives is n. So if I want to know the total space for this hard drive, what is the total? Look, I have here 64 plus 64 plus 64. But in easiest way, if you repeat the same number many times here, if you repeat the same number 3 times, that's mean you have to multiply this number with 3. Okay? So 64 multiply 3, as we learned last lesson, how to multiply 64 with 3, it will be what? 192. Also, for the second kind, I have second kind. We call this kind B. Okay? In B, in hard drives B, the space for each hard drives is 16. Each one 16. How many hard drives I have here? How many? I have 2. This is the first one. The space for the first one 16. And the second one, the space also is 16. So if I want to know the total space for this, I have to add 16 plus 16. But in easiest way, I will use multiplication, because look, I repeated here 16 2 times. That's mean to find the total space for kind 2, I have to multiply 2 with 16. The answer will be 32. So the total space for kind B is 32 gigabytes. The total space for kind N is 192 gigabytes. Okay? So let's here continue. In step 3, I want to know the total space for all hard drives in this computer. Okay? The total space for all hard drives. I know that I have 2 kinds, B and N. B and N. This is N and this is B. So to know the total the total space on this computer, what I have to do, I have to add the space for kind N, and this is N. We did it in step 1, and this is B. We found it in step 2. Now, if I want to find the total space on this computer, I have to add 192 to 32. If you add those numbers, the answer will be what? Let's find the answer. If you add those numbers, as we learn, put the numbers vertically under each other and add. Start with the ones. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 9 plus 3, put 9 in my mind and 3 on my fingers and count after 9, 10, 11, 12. So I will put 2 here and 1 above the hundreds. 1 plus 1, there is no hundreds right here, so it will be 2. So the answer will be what? Will be 224 gigabytes. So here I have 224 gigabytes in my computer. Okay, so now the last step. I want you to focus with me in this step. The files, maybe I have word files and game files and etc. I have files and I want to save those files on my computer. The files use 78 gigabytes, so I need 78 only to save my files. But what I have in my computer, I have 224. So I want to know the space that has left in my computer, the space left in my computer. What that's mean? That's mean if I have 224 gigabytes and I will took from this number 78. So what is the space left? That's mean what I mean in took. I want to take I want to take from 224, I want to take 78 to save my files. Okay, so what is the space has left? When I said I want to take, look, you have here, this is the drives, or this is your computer. In your computer you have 224 gigabytes, and you will take from this space to save my files. I want to take, to save my files, what I want to take? Only 78. What the meaning of take here? I have to subtract, right? So that's mean I have to subtract from 224 78 gigabytes. Okay, so if you subtract, so you can order the numbers under each other like this, as we learned. So to subtract 224, or to subtract 78, sorry, from 224, I have to order the numbers under each other as we learned. Let's start our subtraction. 8 minus 4. Can I take 8 from 4? No. What I have to do, I have to borrow. So you will borrow from the 2, it will be 1. And took this 1 and put it next to the 4, it will be 14. Now 14 minus 8 equals what? Count from 8 to 14. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, so you have 6 on your fingers. Now 1 minus 7. Can I take 7 from 1? No. Also I have to borrow from the 2. It will be this 1. And put this 1 next to the 1. It will be 11. Now 11 minus 7. Count from 7 to 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the answer on your fingers will be 4. And there is no hundreds. So the answer here is 146 gigabytes left in your computer. So you have extra space in my computer. Okay, I have 146 gigabytes in my computer. I can save my files and there is an extra space. Okay girls, any question about the problem? This is my problem. Okay, I think the problem will be very easy for you when you understand it very well. Any question girls? Okay. Okay, type it please, Kayan. Type your question in the chat. Type your question, Dana. In English, please. Okay. If you have any question, type it in the chat, please. Okay, okay, I think no questions. Okay. If you have a question or you don't understand any step, please tell me now, because we will move to another example. How I will know this is a multiplication or addition? Okay, which step please, Zena? Which step? Now, Kayan asked me that how I will know this is multiplication or addition. I have to understand the meaning of the sentence. So when I return to the problem, how I will know this is a multiplication? Look, I have here three hard drives as an example. I have 3 hard drives. So what I have to do here, if I want to know the total space, if you have 3 hard drives and in each hard drives you have the same space, so that's mean you have to repeat the same number 3 times. So if you want to know the total space. How I will know this is a multiplication? Okay, to know the total space, you can add 64 to 64 to 64. That means you have to add 64 3 times, but it will be hard for me. The easiest way is told me that to multiply the number of space, or the number of hard drives with the space in each one, because when you repeat the same number 3 times, that's mean you can multiply 3 with the number and it will give you the same answer. So try to add those numbers in each one. Try to add the numbers, it will give you the same answer. Here, how I will know this is an addition? Look, I know that the total space. How I will know the total space? Look, the space for hard drives N equals 192, for B equals 32. So if I want to know the total space, what I have to do? If you have here, as an example, 5 apples and you have 2 apples in the same box, so what is the number of apples in the box? What I have to do here? I have to add the apples to each other. Okay, so if you add the apples to each other, it will give you the final, or the number for total, or the total number for apples. Okay, so from the sentence I will know the operation is addition here. Okay, now let's move to this page. Okay, girls, in math, I want you to focus with me now, please. Focus with me, please. Now, girls, in math, I have order of operations. What that's mean? That's mean we learned about multiplication, we learned about division, we learn about addition, plus we learn about subtraction, minus. So if you have a expression, that's mean a math sentence. Okay, so if you have a math sentence or expression, and in this expression I have multiplication, addition, or division and subtraction, or multiplication and subtraction, there is an order of operation. What that's mean? That's mean there is a priority of operations in math. Operations means here, operations means you have multiplication, you have division, you have addition, you have subtraction. There is an order for this operations. The order told me that if you have an expression, you have to start with what? You have to start with multiplication and division. You have to start with multiplication and division. Okay? So I have to start, the first operation in math is multiplication and division. Okay? How I will do it? You have to do it from the left side to the right side, and now we will see in the example. Okay? Now we will see in the example. So if you have an expression, you have to start with multiplication and division, from the left to the right, from the left to the right. Also, after multiplication and division, you will do the addition and subtraction. After the multiplication and division, you will do the operations plus and minus, or addition and subtraction, also from left side to the right side. You have to save this order. You have to save this order. Let's see in an example. Let's see in an example. Look at this example. In this example, I have a expression here. We named this sentence of numbers, and between the numbers I have operations, multiplication, addition, and subtraction here. We named this expression. Okay? So if I have a expression, division means dividing. This one, dividing. That's what I mean in division, yeah, Noura. Okay? So look, I have here an expression, and in this expression I have here multiplication, I have multiply, I have addition, plus, also I have multiply, I have also here subtract. So in which operation I have to start here? I have to start with multiplication, or I have to start with addition? No, you have to start as we learned in the order. So the first thing, I have to start with multiplication. I have to start with multiplication. But from the left side to the right side, let's start. So I will start with multiplication. This is a multiplication, and this is a multiplication also. This is multiply, and this is multiply. Let's start. How I will start with multiplication? From the left side to the right side. So from the left side, let's start. The first number from the left side is 3 multiply 64. 3 multiply 64. So first thing, I have to find the answer for this multiplication according to the order. First thing, I will start with the answer for this. 64 multiply 3, as we learned. How I will find this multiplication? Let's find. 3 multiply 4 equals 12. 12. Can I write 12 in the ones? No. I will put the 2 here and 1 above the tens. 3 multiply 6 equals 18. Right? 18 plus 1 equals 19. So this is the first answer for the first operation, which is here multiplication. So the answer for this 100, thank you Zain, 192. What I have to do in the next numbers, I will write the numbers as it is. 2 multiply 16 minus 78. So first thing, I have to start with what? First thing, I have to start with 3 multiply 64. Okay, this is the first number. I found the number for this multiplication, the first operation here. Also, I have to continue. I have any multiplication? Yes, look, I have also here 2 multiply 16. So I can't here move to the next. I don't have to move to the next operation until the multiplication is done. So here I have to multiply what? The 2 with 16. So I have to continue the multiplication. from the left side to the right side. So we will start with this, then with this multiplication. 2 multiply 16. Let's find the answer. Okay, 2 multiply 16. I will find the answer here, 16. Multiply 2. Let's find the answer. 2 multiply 6 equals what? Equals 12. Also, I can't write 12 here, so I will put 2 here under the ones and 1 above the tens. 2 multiply 1 equals 2. Plus 1 equals 3. So the answer will be 32. Thank you, Lara, Lana, and Zen. So the answer is 32. This is the answer for the next one, the next multiplication. Okay? So the answer for the next multiplication is what? 32. So I will write here the answer for this. So I will write 192, the first answer. Then the second answer for multiplication is 32. And 78 as it is. Okay? Now, after doing the multiplication from the left side to the right side, after that I can do what? I can do addition, that's mean plus and minus, subtraction. According to the order of operation, first thing I have to do multiplication, second I have to do addition and subtraction. I have to follow it, okay? So also I have to do addition and subtraction from the left side to the right side, from the left side to the right side here. Let's start here, from the left side here to the right side in this direction. So let's start. First thing I have to do what? This is the first operation, plus. So I have to do this one, then I have to do the subtraction. Okay? So I have to add 192 to 32. Let's add the numbers. 192 plus 32. Let's find the answer. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 9 plus 3, as we do it, it will be 12. So I put 2 here and 1 above the tens, or sorry, 1 above the hundreds. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So the answer for the first operation, which is here the addition, is 224. Now I will do the next one. What it is? The operation subtraction here, the subtraction. So I have to subtract between what? Between 224 and 78. Let's subtract 224 minus 78. 4 minus 8, I can't. Here I have to borrow from the 2. It will be 1, and this one will be 14. 14 minus 8 equals what? 14 minus 8 equals 6, as we learned. Here, 1 minus 7, also I have to borrow from the hundreds. It will be 1, and this one will be 11. 11 minus 7 equals 4. Thank you, Lana. And then, and this one will be 1. So the final answer is 146. This is how I will find the answer for any expression according to the order of operation. I will repeat, girls. I will repeat. If you have any question, type it in the chat. You have an order of any operation. So when I have here an expression, and as this n equals this expression, 3 multiply 64 plus 2 multiply 16 minus 78. If I want to find the final answer, in which operation I have to start? In which one? Multiplication, addition, or subtraction? I don't know. How I will know? I will know from the strategy. The strategy told me that you have an order of operations. You have to follow this order. First thing, you have to start with multiply from the left to the right. From the left to the right. Okay, girls? So, I will start with multiplication. Here I have 1 and here I have 2. So I have 2 multiply. I will start from the left to the right. Start with this one, find the answer. Then do this one and find the answer. So I will start with 3 multiply 64. The answer was 192. Then you multiplied here 2 with 16. The answer was 32. After multiplication, I have to do plus and minus. Plus and minus from the right to the left. Okay? Also, this one is plus and this one is a minus. I will start from the left to the right. That's mean this is the first one. I will do the addition, then I will do the subtraction. If you do the addition, add the numbers, the answer was 224. Then if you do the subtraction, the answer was 146. Yes, Zen, thank you. So this is our session today. We will continue inshallah tomorrow. I hope that you understand it very well. Thank you, girls. Thank you.